Reinhardt Athletics had another phenomenal year, repeating as AAC Deward Walker All-Sports Trophy winners for the second year in a row and the third time in Reinhardt University history. The year was highlighted by Reinhardt Women's Lacrosse, led by NAIA Coach of the Year Roy Reynolds and assistant Brian Landers, winning the program's first national championship. The team was led by All-Americans Jillian Mello, Anna Marie Gazzo, Mia Griswold, Ashley Steele, Casey Bragg, and Shelby O'Neill. This was the first of many titles to come for RU Women's Lacrosse. Next, athlete extraordinaire David Friedberg, who three-peated as the NAIA Javelin Throw Champion. David became the all-time champion for the NAIA and Javelin record holder. He exits his college career as the best ever to throw the javelin at the NAIA level. But David wasn't finished there. With his record-breaking throw of 75.66 meters, David qualified for the U.S. Track and Field Olympic Trials under throws coach Josh White. David finished in 7th position, just 4 spots from making the United States Olympic team. Reinhardt University Baseball had their best season as a program, winning the regional bracket and moving on to the World Series. They were front-runners through the opening rounds and made it to the Final Four as the top-ranked team, finishing in 3rd position overall, just inches from winning the World Series title. The Eagles were led by pitchers Andrew Herbert and Brett Allen, as well as hitters Dylan Lewis, Tucker Zadunik, Sherritt Burney, Nash Kroll, Lance Dockery, and more stars on the diamond. It was one for the history books for Coach Jonathan Burton, his staff, and the Eagles, who finished 3rd overall in the NAIA. Reinhardt Men's Lacrosse had a great season, ranked as the #1 team for most of the year under head coach Tyler Yelkin. Year after year, RU Men's Lacrosse has been a powerhouse in the country. This year was no exception. The Eagles won the AAC title again, beating Kaiser, and went to nationals as the #1 ranked team in the playoffs. They made their way to the finals to face Kaiser one more time, but came up just short in the championship game, finishing as runners-up for 2024. Overall, this season, Reinhardt had 1 team NAIA national title, 1 individual NAIA title, 2 runner-up finishes, 10 AAC championship titles, 2 AAC runner-up titles, and 4 individual AAC titles. Beside the titles by RU Men's Lacrosse, Women's Lacrosse, and Baseball, football had its 8th conference championship title in a row. Women's basketball was runner-up in the tournament and made their way into the national playoffs. The Eagles were able to pick up their first playoff win in program history. Softball won the AAC regular season and conference tournament, led by superstar All-Americans Emily Lovelace, Alexis Teams, and workhorse pitcher Whitney Shepard. Men's volleyball won the AAC regular season and tournament, led by AAC Player of the Year and All-American Rodolfo Beaglemeyer and All-American Honorable Mention Alex Sanchez. Wrestling had 8 competitors for the NAIA Nationals, with returning All-Americans Trevor Burdick and Matt Jenkins. Burdick was able to get his 3rd All-American title by placing 4th overall in the 157 weight class. For Reinhardt's indoor track and field team, Andrew Palazzi was an AAC champion in the weighted throw and qualified for the NAIA Nationals. In outdoor track and field, David Friedberg was joined by AAC champs Quan Dorsey in the 400 meter, Austin Wright in the pole vault, and the men's 4x400 team, Dontavius Barker, Quan Dorsey, Caleb Cottrell, and Lane Woodward. The Eagles not only excelled on the field, but they did in the classroom as well, getting 266 AAC and NAIA scholar athletes. 83 student athletes had 4.0 or higher GPAs. Women's golf led the way with a 3.79 overall GPA, followed closely by softball and women's soccer. Men's tennis had the highest GPA on the men's side at 3.676, followed closely by men's soccer and men's golf. It was an outstanding sports year for Reinhardt Athletics and in the classroom for the Eagle athletes. We look forward to breaking all the records once again in 2024 and 2025. Reinhardt University, 24 teams, 1 RU.